Hello everybody and welcome back to CJ Explores. I'm Charlotte.
And I'm Corey.
And we have just moved back to Australia, which is super exciting. So originally I'm from the UK.
And I'm from New Zealand.
So we want to show you what it's like to live here as expats essentially in Australia. And we're going to show you what's it like to live on the Gold Coast.
So to give you guys a bit of a geography lesson, the Gold Coast is located in southeast Queensland. It is obviously right on the coast. There is miles and miles of gold sand beaches and there's some surf breaks on here which makes it very popular for surfers. It has definitely got that holiday vibe, that appeal to it. So people come here from New Zealand or from all over the world really to come here for a holiday. They get to experience that classic Australian beach lifestyle that everyone sees, you know, in pop culture or advertised to them in travel marketing and stuff. Queensland is one of the sunniest states in the country. We get sun most of the year and the winters here are very, very mild. Right now we are in winter, we're getting down to around 15 degrees, not very cold at all. And the Gold Coast is actually quite a large region as well. It stretches from just south of Brisbane all the way down to the northern New South Wales border. And that makes it super accessible to get to Tweed Heads or to Brisbane or even just down to Byron Bay if you want to go and have a bit of a hippie adventure down there. We're in such a good location. We have just moved to Palm Beach on the Gold Coast, so we're very, very lucky. We're on the South Gold Coast, and that makes it super easy for us to hop the border, go and check out some of the highlights like the Tweed Way, Byron Bay, Mount Warning, or even into the rainforest. Now, the Gold Coast Airport is located in the south of the Gold Coast. It's Coolangatta, and we are very close to that here in Palm Beach. As you can see, there's a plane coming into land, and they sort of come down the coastline, just hug the beach as they head down into the airport, and we get some pretty epic views of planes as they come into land. But it makes it super convenient for us if we want to catch flights, because the airport is connected domestically to pretty much everywhere in Australia, as well as further afield you can also get to Southeast Asia and New Zealand and some of the islands in the Pacific. But if you need to take a long haul flight somewhere like the UK or even to America, you might want to head up to Brisbane, which is just a couple of hours away, where you can get some long haul international flights.
There's just so many cafes here, which is awesome. There's so many places to grab bite to eat, have a drink, have a coffee. So this one's pretty happy. But yeah, we love going to cafes. We love the brunch scene here in Australia. Australia is so good at the cafes and the brunches, like really top tier. We've got, multiple cafes within walking distance of our apartment.
There's too many to choose from actually. Yeah. I don't think we'll get through them all in our 6 months here.
We'll try, at least 6 months. But obviously all along the coast there's so many places, and I think because this place is such a tourist destination, you obviously have to cater to that. There's people wanting breakfast, lunch, dinner all the time, so it's been pretty awesome. We've barely scratched the surface. We've been to like 2-3 cafes. Like there's so many more that we want to go and check out, but I think another part of it is because of the morning culture here too.
Definitely, that's something that we've noticed. We try to get out like quite early in the mornings and get our day started. And we were out there this morning, weren't we?
It's busy. Yeah.
It's so busy, and there's a lot of people out there. Cup of coffee in hand, might be a takeaway cup or it might be a keep cup. Dog leash in the other hand, and they're all down the beach, like just enjoying the sunrise, the outdoors. It's really like nice, isn't it?
Yep, everyone's out and about. Like at the moment we're in winter, so sunrise is about 6:30, but by then the beach is packed, people are out and about, going to the gym, doing what they need to do. I think because of obviously it's got nicer weather, you feel like you can do that, and everyone has a dog. We need a dog. I feel a bit left out. Everyone has a dog except us.
What dog shall we get?
Shall we get a dog?
We might go to the pound and have a look what's there.
Got to a cafe for a coffee and we end up buying a plate to share. It seems pretty nice. Like overall, all the food that we have in Oz usually is great. Like really, it's awesome. The only thing I've noticed that the vegan scene is probably not quite as up there as other places.
There's definitely pockets around where it's like really good.
But yeah, there are some. There's always avocado and toast, and there's always some veggie vegan cafe, like healthy cafe. But overall, like the food you're going to find around also on the Gold Coast and the cafes it's real good.
Look at this, right on our doorstep. Can you see why we chose to move here?
Overall, I think that people are pretty friendly here so far that we've met. Just meeting people in the elevator and
On the beach?
on the beach, dog walking, like, or out and about doing their stuff.
Quite often you just sort of like pass someone and they'll chat to you, like, you know, talk about their dog or, I don't know, things that are going on, just like random interactions with people. People seem very friendly here.
Yeah, I think so. I think Aussies are very friendly anyway overall. But yeah, Gold Coast, no different to that really. I think it's very family friendly too, like really great place. So obviously there's loads of families living here. You've got the beach lifestyle that is just great to raise a family.
Oh, look at this little cafe up here.
Oh yeah, that's cute.
Nice, in the sunshine.
There's loads of playgrounds, like safe swimming areas that you see all the family and the kids out at the weekends and some holidays. Obviously, I think we're going to experience summer on the Gold Coast, and that's going to be maybe quite a lot to contend with. Someone we met who was walking their dog said that the dog walking beach is great in winter, but pretty hectic in summer. They kind of avoid it. And so I am quite interested to see how it changes, because I do find Gold Coast busy. More so just the highway like runs through it.
Yeah, the Gold Coast Highway is like running down the length of the Gold Coast.
Rather than tucked away behind or something.
Yeah, you have got the main highway, like the M1, that does go further back behind the Gold Coast, but that's like 100 kilometers per hour. This road here is like 60 to 70 kilometers per hour, so it's more of a like...
Though.
Yeah, it can be a bit noisy. There's a lot of construction, so there's a lot of big trucks and stuff running up and down the Gold Coast Highway as well, isn't there?
Yeah, and there's a lot of cafes situated on like the main roads, which means it's really loud, which yeah, I mean, you've got like the surf clubs that are on the beach, but there's not really many cafes directly on the beach, just a few hole in the walls or surf clubs.
Yeah.
Then it's just apartments or just some of like the
Really nice houses.
really nice houses or just some of like the older apartment buildings that have been there when probably this area of Gold Coast was not quite as busy as it is now. So yeah, one thing for me is I've noticed it is quite loud and busy, but thankfully our apartment's like tucked away in the middle of the block, so we can't really hear anything, which is really good. And this place here, we're actually just walking, is so nice, you need to check it out. So over there's the dog beach, great place to go. The whole of Palm Beach is dog friendly too, I think throughout the year, but definitely at the moment. And we're tucked away from the wind, so it's actually beautiful here right now, but there's already like winter and people are just out in the water, kids on the beach. It is so nice. It's like, this is South Palm Beach, so an area we've not really been to too much. We haven't really explored like a lot really, so we've just been super busy getting ourselves all organised, so this is really nice.
So the only thing separating Palm Beach from further south in the Gold Coast is this river right here. This is Currumbin Creek, and Charlotte is falling in love with it apparently.
Like, I've known about this spot, but I just guess that we just haven't had a chance to explore yet, and it's just amazing. I mean, I'm just thinking like, how amazing is this spot, winter, here in the Gold Coast, and it's just like pretty, you know, people are out and about, but you can find little quiet spots. You know, people got their kids or they got like their dogs. I'm like, oh, we need to go pack a picnic and come down here. Maybe in the upcoming days, and I can see someone over there with the cutest puppy. It's like this big.
So cute.
What a nice spot, it's just beautiful.
Are we gonna go across the bridge?
Yeah, why not?
Sorry. All right, let's go across Currumbin Creek Bridge.
So over the past nearly 3 weeks, I think we've been living here. We've done quite a lot, and I'm sure our opinions will change over time, but we feel like we are settling well into the Gold Coast life. Yeah, live close to the beach, which was a massive tick for us.
We've joined a gym.
We've joined the local gym, inspired by all the wellness lifestyle here.
There is a lot of like health and well-being promotion here. I just picked up a magazine actually from one of the cafes, and it was from Gold Coast City Council, and they're like promoting all these events throughout the year. Everywhere you go along the walkways, there's always like these exercise machines. We saw some earlier in Palm Beach. Yeah, it's just a really big part of living here on the Gold Coast. I think you can't really avoid it.
Yeah, the surf culture here is massive too, like home to the famous surfers' paradise, but surfers really isn't the best spot to go for surfing. It's further south, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this section
Not
between like Burleigh Heads and Snapper Rocks, Coolangatta is like the best section, I think. There's like some rocky shores, some like breaks that you can actually get on different days depending on which way the waves are going.
Yeah, I don't think I'll get into surfing, but I know something we definitely want to get into is paddleboarding.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially on the creeks, it just looks so nice. Definitely want to try and get ourselves a paddleboard.
I think something that we're definitely going to have to invest in for our time here is some bicycles, maybe some e-bikes, because it is so flat and you've got pathways like this which just run up and down the coast. It'll just be so good to be able to just pop on a bike, zoom up here to Currumbin Beach or even over to Coolangatta, Snapper Rocks, spend the day there and then head back to Palm Beach. And I think as well that will probably work out quite well for the summertime when it gets a bit busier on the road. We'll be able to avoid all that traffic just by being on bikes. What do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely, like we said, it's super busy. Like when we've been in Burleigh recently, we couldn't find a park because it was summer holidays. So I'm sure trying to find a park at the beaches in summer. It was school holidays, not summer holidays. Winter school holidays. And yeah, we still couldn't find a park. So I think, well, at the moment we don't have a car and we've just been walking around and we have everything we need in close distance, which is really good. But obviously we'll need a car eventually to get to other destinations a bit further afield. But I think a cycle would be a great option. Look out for some little electric bike. Beep, beep.
Yeah, you can pick up bikes fairly cheap on Facebook Marketplace, it looks like, you know, $50, sometimes $30 for like an older bike. But if it works, it works. I think we should just get some, eh?
Maybe, and a paddleboard.
And a paddleboard. Shopping list is ever growing. So I guess another question that we could answer is, who is the Gold Coast suited to? And really, I think it kind of suits everyone. It's kind of perfect for families. You've got a lot of like open spaces for kids to explore and like relatively safe environments. And it's also great for like young couples, I guess. Like we've had a great time.
Or young singles as well. Like I think there's a bit of reputation here with like the party scene. Like they have schoolies here. But I think that's more kind of like northern Gold Coast, like surfers kind of area, which is not an area we're interested in being around, but Gold Coast is big enough, you don't have to be part of that. There's, for the party scene, I think the kind of wellness scene is probably bigger, just as much.
Yeah, it seems like that way. There's a lot of wellness events and stuff. I'm actually going to a men's workshop this Saturday. I won a ticket on Instagram, so that'll be the first workshop that we go to.
And I guess the better weather here probably brings the older generation too, the retirees, like the UK go to Spain and stuff. I guess that could be a thing here too. Yeah, it really is suited to all ages. It just depends what you want, but you have the coast, but you also have all of the hinterlands, and I think people just think of the party scene in the coast.
Yeah.
But, you know, go inland and you could just be in a lush kind of rainforest, no neighbours.
Yeah.
It kind of really has everything for all type of people.
Yeah, there's heaps of nature. It just depends really what you're on is going to decide where you're going to be on the Gold Coast. I think for us being in Palm Beach, we've got a lot of stuff happening around us, but we're sort of out of the hustle and bustle of like the main area of the Gold Coast, like surfers and stuff. So it's kind of perfect for us. We could be in Burleigh, I guess, but it's going to be, again, a little bit too busy for us, I think.
Yeah, I think general kind of, other than Aussies, you get a lot of New Zealanders here. Yeah. One here, but loads of Kiwis move to the Gold Coast. I guess like, you know, location, it's on the East Coast. Kind of has that exciting Aussie weather and stuff, and you get a lot of English expats here as well.
Definitely.
So, all sorts.
All sorts.
Thinking more of the downsides of living on the coast, there's not many, but I guess what we said earlier about the highway and it gets quite busy. Another thing I guess is the prices. It's like crazy expensive compared to anywhere else. I think Byron we noticed maybe be a little bit more expensive than say Gold Coast. But we've noticed, I think this is Australia wide, like now they have all these like weekend surcharges on cafes. And when it comes to rental, I'm pretty sure it was more expensive here than, say, Brisbane. Like, we definitely noticed a bump in rental prices for when we used to live here a few years ago in Brisbane, and when we were researching, when we thought about moving back to Australia, looking at rental prices between here and what we could get in Brisbane, there was definitely a difference for the quality of the place that you were getting for the price. So I guess that's a factor as well, have to pay a little bit more down here. But a lot of people, our friends, have said it is worth paying that bit more to have the lifestyle you get here compared to when we're in Brisbane, where it's a city, you know, and you kind of, even on the map, it looks like it's close to the coast. It's not really. Here we have the beach on our doorstep, which I guess makes it worth it for spending that bit more on rent prices. Well guys, we made it back to our apartment, made some lunch, and we're sat out here in the sunshine. Our apartment gets afternoon sun, which is so lovely. It's super nice. So I think this is where we're going to be spending a lot of our time here. But thank you guys for watching. We're actually going to start doing end of the month Q&As. So if there's anything that you particularly find interesting about life in the Gold Coast or Australia, or just that expat life in general, then yeah, start sharing some questions. And we'll be answering a lot more of your questions over the next coming videos. So look out for that.
As always, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and as always, hit subscribe because it really supports our channel and helps us to continue bringing you all of the fun adventures from Australia. See you in the next one.
Bye.